All right.
This is another episode of Inside Strategy.
Talk to you next time. Hello.
Hello,
This is Andra.
I'm Jennifer. Inside Strategy.
Well, Jennifer.
Welcome to another episode of Inside Strategy.
So happy to be here.
Yay! Today, websites, yays, nays, like
What's going
does
on?
anyone out there actually think that having a website is a question?
Potentially?
I think Sarah actually has a question
She
about
does.
that. Yes.
Let's hear it.
So, can I digress?
Let's do it. Why not?
I remember my first job in college in 1991, sitting in a meeting, and literally the question on the table in that meeting was, do we need a website? This is
Wow.
a fad. I don't think we need to invest in a website.
There were times like that.
There were times like that. We've come a little bit since 1991. Wait, who wrote
Sarah,
this?
Sarah.
Sarah asks, as a solo entrepreneur who relies only on Instagram for her business, and she's doing well, she's booked out via DMs, does she really need to have a website? What do you think?
Good question. I'm a bit old school, not just as a marketing strategist or marketer. I think that yes, you do need a website. Kind of don't trust brands that don't have websites. I don't know. It's just my gut. I always want to go to website. I want to see their infrastructure. I want to see more. For me, Instagram, I'm assuming, let's just say she's active on Instagram, is not enough. And what if her brand is growing?
I think that's really the question. If her business, because she doesn't say what her business is, if her business is like a social influencer or social
Maybe
media
like a
marketing
beauty brand or something. Yeah.
and she's content being a solopreneur in perpetuity, then I would say to her, if there's no harm in your business right now, there's nothing you want to accomplish, there's no growth goals, there's no advancement that you want to accomplish, then sure, keep running your business. Like, the only reason to change something is if something isn't working, or if you have a goal that you want to work towards, and then you ask what a strategy to get there. But I think if she wants to expand services, if she wants to add employees to her team, break into a new area or vertical, then it's gonna be harder to do only marketing on Instagram.
Yeah, especially if she's trying to integrate maybe some user effectiveness in bookings and things like that.
Yeah.
Managing that through DMs.
That's right.
Yeah, it can be you can miss actually opportunities and people reaching out to you.
Well, like, she might be doing more admin than she even has to if she had like a booking form or some other technology that she can use that a website would afford her. So yeah, I think that's something that people can think about, is that your website is not simply a one-way marketing tool. It could be an actual part of your tech stack that helps you administer your business. It could be where you collect payment. It could be, there's all these different things that can be integrated into your website to save you time, and actually that can spur growth too if she has more time not doing the back end answering DMs.
Yeah. And it can be a simple landing page also to start with.
That's true. Yeah, and I think people think website and they think custom and they think
Very
super
complicated,
expensive. And in today's drag and drop world, like, I've seen entrepreneurs stand up their own websites that look great.
Yeah.
So another scenario, who's this from?
John is asking us,
John Doe.
John Doe, a business changed ownership and the new leadership wants to put their stamp on it. Should they rebrand or just update the messaging?
Ooh, this is a really good question, because this is the wrong question.
This is the wrong question, I think. This is a rebrand question. This is the website question.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That got screwed up. Huh? Let's start over. What does John ask?
Let's see what John wants to know. A business launched a website 5 years ago and hasn't touched it since. It still technically works. Is it helping or hurting them?
I mean,
Years.
5 years means, and you haven't touched it since, so it's hurting you. You don't even know it, but I'm sure it's not optimized and running fast. It's probably not meeting Google's like latest requirements for the best SEO. Yeah. And honestly, are you wearing the same style shoes that you wore 5 years ago? If you're my husband, yes.
If you're a minimalist, yes.
But styles change, aesthetics change, and a website is an aesthetic representation of your brand. And on top of it, was it built for mobile first 5 years ago?
Great point. I was about to go there. How is it showing up on the other end for your customer?
Yeah.
Nobody likes websites that are half a text is cut off and you bring it up mobile. You have to scroll to find things, and
Yeah. So I typically are telling clients there's maintenance that happens monthly for most websites. Yearly, you're probably making some kind of tech change on a website. And then in 3 years, like, you are refreshing at a minimum, if not rebuilding. And this has been, it's hard to bring people along who they spend a lot of money. They'll spend $15,000 on a website and they're like, what do you mean I gotta do a huge refresh in 3 to 5 years? Because it's a living, breathing part of your brand.
And time moves fast and technology moves fast. And I'm thinking even about photos you have on your website when you put them 5 years ago.
That's right.
What are they showing? What's there?
Well, yes. Yeah. You still come across sites and you're like, wow, that was built in the
early
90s,
days.
The early days with the frames and the tiny little old fonts and things like that. So yes, it's worth having at a minimum a website audit done by a qualified web vendor who could tell you how it's hurting you.
And 5 years, let's just say you built a website maybe a couple years after you start the business, so maybe your business is actually active for 7 years. So you have built some legacy, and you also want to show that off through your website. If you are saying out there you're a trusted brand or trusted service provider, then that needs to come off also with a really solid look on your website.
Yeah, that's very true. A website is, I've often referred to it as the marketing mothership for most, I would venture for nearly all brands, meaning it's where you're conducting business, capturing leads, selling yourself, the social proof. It's a hub for if you're doing advertising. It's your hub if you're on social. It's your hub if you're handing out a business card. It becomes really the most important investment that you can make, in my opinion, in building a business, building a brand. I think when it comes to websites, do's and don'ts, yeas or nays, it's going to be a really hard case to have us ever advise somebody you don't need a website.
No. Yeah. And I think if you are still questioning that and thinking about it, goes back to the crowdsourcing topic. Don't crowdsource whether you need a new website or not, but maybe there's somebody in your inner circle that can go to a website and do the testing and see what kind of feedback they come back with.
That's right. Yeah. User testing is, if you have a truthful friend, you're in good hands. Great. And if you have any questions, if there's a website yay or nay question that we didn't answer here, send it in and cover it on our next
We'll
episode.
love to chat about it.
That's right.
All right.
Thanks for joining us.
See you next time.
Bye.
Bye. Hello.
Hello.
This is Andra.
I'm Jennifer.